Hi, my name is Cold Beer.
And let's start with Knights Within.
This is a very fun indie project where you will eradicate hordes of knights as another knight. The catch is that you have an automatic rifle and you can live your ultimate fantasy of having modern weapons in a medieval world. You know, we all had this thought. What if I had a rifle against knights in shining armor? How many can I take down before a very painful death occurs? Well, at least one, right? But it's you, and the game is difficult, so I wouldn't bet all my potato salad on that outcome. No offense. Anyway, he will embark on a procedurally generated missions to push back the threat. Progressing through a mission will grant you randomized modifiers for both you and your enemies. The longer you survive, the crazier the powers get, keeping each run fresh and unique. You can play alone or co-op with up to 3 friends. And now let me present an awesome fantasy-themed player versus environment and player versus player extraction RPG.
Legacy, Steel and Sorcery.
Which is also a sponsor of this video. It is freshly released into early access, so press on the link in the description or in the first pinned comment below and check out this awesome game. Great graphics and fluid gameplay is not the only thing that will keep you entertained. I played it for a few days and I really like the concept. You can choose one of 4 characters: warrior, hunter, priest or rogue. And then you are given half an hour to roam this beautiful world and kill as many enemies and loot as many loot as you can. If you stay alive and reach the extraction point in time, you keep all the treasures. Then upgrade your skills, sell the loot and buy various stuff, craft new items and even upgrade the sellers themselves. And they look really cool, just look at them. Most of the time I played as a hunter. I really liked her skills and the ranged combat. Other characters are also fun and distinctive from each other with their skills and fun to use abilities. You can play the game absolutely alone or join forces with up to 2 friends. Play multiplayer or against the environment, level up your character, explore the world and so on. And yeah, the game doesn't hold your hand or, you know, you are free to choose the path you want to go. The exploration part is really rewarding, I liked it very much. So press on that link in the description and go kill some bosses for magic keys that open magic chests holding magic items. I can guarantee that I had fun and I can recommend this game without a doubt. And it's also your chance to become part of the community from the very beginning. That's awesome. Teardown. This sandbox game features a fully destructible and interactive environment. You can plan the perfect heist using creative problem solving, brute force and everything in between. Tear down walls with explosives or vehicles to create shortcuts, stack objects, build structures or use floating stuff to your advantage. Run, drive, jump, slingshot, you can do whatever you need to achieve your goal. Avoid robots or steal whatever your client asks for, but make sure not to get caught. Game has not only sandbox mode but also a serious campaign where you start accepting work from more or less shady persons. This is a story of a murky soup of revenge, betrayal and insurance fraud. Yeah, that kind of depth in, as it seems, destructible environment engine is absolutely wild. You soon find yourself stealing cars, demolishing buildings, blowing up safes, avoiding trigger-happy robots and many more. The game has above 90% positive review score and is more than worthy of your attention. POSTAL. Brain Damaged. In this boomer shooter spin-off of the POSTAL franchise, things are about to get weird. Everything happens in your brain, and that brain is not a healthy one by any means. Overwhelmingly positive reviews left by thousands of players say to us that the idea and the execution here is flawless. In-game you will encounter fast and challenging enemies and diverse environments. Also you will enjoy crude humor, nicely presented gore and fantasy violence. Anyway, people on Steam are saying that this is a great game with fantastic art and super entertaining gameplay, absolute gem and a must play. Morkredd. This is an innovative physics puzzle game that may be interesting for fans of darker tropes. The game is best played as a couch co-op experience, so be sure that you have at least one imaginary friend to play this game with. Here you are the orb's protector, and without it you will descend into a world of death and eternal darkness. You will have to survive and master over 60 puzzles while avoiding the shadows caused by your partner and the environment. Game is without a doubt a work of art. People on Steam are saying that Morkredd is beautiful but very short. You can beat it in a bit more than 2 hours. Deflector. This is a top-down action roguelite where you dive deep into hostile worlds teeming with viruses. You will encounter increasingly challenging enemies with your weapons and their own deflected projectiles. You will also have to choose one of several bioshells, each with unique weapons, abilities and means of deflecting projectiles. You know, the name of the game is not just a fancy word. It's your profession, I guess. I can even imagine the job listing for the task.
Must have at least 50 years experience of deflecting. Have to speak native level of Spanish, English, Lithuanian, Ukrainian and Mandarin. Must be proactive, must have experience of koala breeding, taming ostriches and at least PhD in quantum physics. Salary €3 an hour.
To be honest, all the job ads sounds this way. So here every world you'll visit is filled with unique hostile fauna, ready to swarm you with their pathetic bodies and stingy bullets. The game is difficult and dying here will be your daily routine. Every enemy is deadly, from the smallest stuff to the imposing apex virus at the end of each world. But don't you worry, you will learn to overcome every foe through trial and error. Well, honestly, probably not, I'm just being nice, but you may have fun anyway. The review score is close to 90%, so if you like the style, think of getting it. Isonzo. This is a World War I game based on the Italian front. Inspired by the 2-year struggle for control of the Isonzo River Valley and the Alps, the game will lead you across stunning landscapes as you choose your path to victory. Cut your way through barbed wire, flank your enemies by following mountain trails, or man a mortar to blast a way through. Shape a dynamic battlefield by laying sandbags and wire, placing ammo crates, deploying trench periscopes or sniper shields. Fight with more than 30 unique weapons, survive poisonous gas attacks and intense artillery barrages. People on Steam are saying that mostly here you will run up the hill for 20 minutes and then you die. Somehow that is still a fun experience. Game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, so no tricks here. Inertial Drift. Usually I avoid car games on my channel, but so it happened that a few years ago I played the demo of Inertial Drift and I really liked it. It is a super beautiful and really entertaining racing game, and also the price of it is more than great. You must hate gaming in general to ignore offers like that. I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, the game is set in 90s retro future, and it is an arcade racer with a unique handling model and satisfying twin-stick drift mechanics, so don't play it with your keyboard, please, just don't. The game will offer you 16 unique cars with various characteristics to master, and you can drive those in 20 handmade tracks, while listening to retro electronic music and admiring beautiful landscapes. Well, honestly, you will have all your attention on the car, so if you are not born in Chernobyl and don't have an additional pair of eyes dedicated for admiring horizons, that may be a hard thing to do. Anyway, this is a great arcade racer, fun no-brainer after a hard day at work. Predator Hunting Grounds. An example of a very popular genre now, a symmetrical shooter that pits humans against Predator. If you played or at least know what Dead by Daylight game is all about, Predator Hunting Grounds is kinda the same. You will have to complete challenging missions as a part of a 4-person team to escape, and as a Predator you will have to hunt them all down. Although keep in mind that the game can feel a bit unbalanced. It tends to put players of different skill levels in one match, so Predator Hunting Grounds is obviously best enjoyed in the group of friends, or, you know, in a group of strangers that decided to play together by meeting each other in some Discord group. The review score is around 80% and the price is kinda nice. But remember, if you don't like it, don't go over 2 hours of gameplay time and you can refund it. And don't leave it running in menu screen, that counts as well.
Fight Grab.
Mortal Kombat is for the weak. If you want to become a really strong and respectful warrior, there is another way better game for that. You may think that I am joking, but
Fight Grab.
it has 93% of positive reviews, so it's officially better than most fighting games ever released. You will take control of a simulated physics-powered grab and fight various opponents with one basic rule: flip your enemy over to win. Take advantage of a wide range of equipment to beat your opponent down. Claws, swords, guns, armor, jet engines and more. Maybe a dildo, I don't know. And you have to stop your opponent's blade with your pincers, run along walls and generally go full-on grab with all the fighting techniques at your disposal. This game is just like you always wanted fight games to be, but probably never realized.
Fight Grab.
We'll end that ravenous fighting game hunger you were feeling for years.
Or maybe not, I don't know, maybe you are just a monkey on a branch in the zoo and you just like how my channel sounds.
Warhammer 40k Battlesector. This is a fast-paced, turn-based strategy game set in a grimdark universe of the 41st millennium. Pick your force, develop your army, control mighty heroes and fight for victory using strategy, awesome abilities and devastating weaponry. Here you'll find 20-mission single-player campaign. You'll help to purge the Tyrannid infestation and preserve the honor of the noble blood angels. Also, the skirmish mode is available here. Pick your faction, pick your enemy and dive into battle. You can completely customize your army list by selecting your units, heroes and their weaponry. The game has a very positive review score on Steam, and people are saying that even if you don't like turn-based strategy, this game may change your mind. Here, unlike in XCOM, you can move units simultaneously. You don't need to wait for your other units to finish their turns. That is great because it saves your time. You know what else saves your time? Potato salad. When you eat it, time slows down because of how awesome it is. That is proven by science. Gloomhaven. At first this was made as a tabletop game, and as it reached incredible popularity it was remade into a video game as well. It has all the features of dungeon crawlers like Darkest Dungeon, but stands out of the rest with a cool twist of 3D setting. So here you will lead your band of mercenaries through this unforgiving place where every move is crucial. Yeah, you sneeze, you die. No, probably not, but you get the point. You will have to carve your way through dungeons, forests and dark caves filled with horrific monsters to reap your rewards, or die trying, possibly the latter, over and over again. People are talking that this game will surprise you with the amount of unique monsters, high replay value and 100 hours of content, but it can scare you away with its very steep learning curve, so don't expect anything easy, it's not your sister. Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. Here you will destroy mighty ships, recover materials and earn good imaginary money. Because earning good, not imaginary money, is only in our imagination. Yeah, subscribe for more pep talk. Anyway, in the game you can expect new bigger ships, new gameplay features and improvements. Also well-known mechanics from the first game that have been significantly improved. So if you never played the first part, there is no point of doing that now. So with a hammer and a torch in your hands you will discover that there are a dozen kilometers of wreckage on the coast and thousands of tons of steel that you have to sell. Once I listened to a podcast about black matter detectors, and scientist Katie Mack said that for these only old steel of ships made before the nuclear era of humanity are a viable material, because they don't have radiation the new stuff has, and that steel from these old ships is the best thing for science. An interesting fact, no doubt. The game has around 80% positive reviews and a free demo version you can try. Sea Salt. It's a dark fantasy reverse horror action strategy game with a comfy horror vibe where you play as a nightmarish force of Dagon, the Eldritch god. You will be controlling an ever-growing horde of evil minions. To say short, you are evil and you slay good guys. That is very nice, I like that. Game looks easy at the beginning, you just run after some weaponless guys and tear them to pieces. But later it gets harder and harder.
That's what she said.
And then everything in your control dies horribly. To be short, it's a great game. I have reviewed this game in my channel, and back then I gave the game 8 cold beers out of 10, which is a really high amount of imaginary alcohol. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. This is a stealth-based game, meaning that you can shoot your way through the enemies or sneak up behind them without being traced, hack systems to retrieve information, or use your social skills to extract information from key characters. There are always choices, multiple approaches, multiple paths and multiple tools at your disposal. People on Steam are talking that Deus Ex is really enjoyable, although very linear. But in this instance the linear aspect is a good thing, because despite the fact that the game is guiding you in your path, it doesn't hold your hand or penis, and you are free to approach every situation as you please. And as I've mentioned before, the ways of playing are really numerous, and the only limit is your imagination. That also means that everyone without imagination has no limits at all. Let it sink. Yeah, also I can promise that in Deus Ex you will find many amazing music scores. The game has a really exceptional soundtrack which is creating an amazing atmosphere. 9 Parchments. This is a cooperative action RPG game of magical mayhem from the creators of the Trine series. Here, runaway apprentice wizards seize the opportunity to complete their spellbooks by going after the lost 9 parchments. Super powerful spells meant to be wielded by the most powerful mages. So as these newbies rapidly acquire powerful new spells without learning proper safety measures, it's natural that their hasty progress results in plenty of deadly accidents. 9 Parchments combines real-time spell shooting action with usual RPG elements. Here you level up your character and collect magical loot, filling your wardrobe with zillions of wizard hats and powerful staves. People on Steam are saying that this is a super entertaining game to play with your friends. Doesn't matter imaginary or real ones. Although keep in mind that if you play with imaginary friends, you will need another pair of non-imaginary hands. Why must everything be so complicated? I don't get it. Crashlands. In this open-world survival crafting game, you are a galactic trucker whose latest shipment gets derailed, leaving you stranded on an alien planet. As you hustle to get back your packages, you'll become involved in a nefarious plot of world domination, which will require all of your wits to overcome. Here you'll learn recipes from the local sentient life, make new friends, uncover ancient secrets, and fight deadly bosses. You can also tame everything and build yourself a home away from home as you learn to thrive in this unforgiving world. People on Steam are saying that the game is entertaining with funny dialogue and challenging combat. Almost 90% of the reviews are positive. EVERSPACE 2. This is a fast-paced, single-player space shooter. Here you'll explore a world ravaged by war. A massive handcrafted area is packed with secrets, puzzles, and perils to encounter. Also, the game is looter-shooter, so every enemy you slay will give you something nice. Here you are a clone pilot seeking your place in the universe. The events of your past tangles with clashing factions as the world around approaches a boiling point. You will have to escape colonial capture, navigate the intrigues of local warlords, evade energy-maddened cultists, and fend off war-hungry aliens. Yeah, those bastards want to rule the part of the galaxy you live in, so you will discover alien species, unveil mysteries, find hidden treasures, and defend your cargo against outlaw gangs. The campaign spans for 30 hours, a very nice amount for a single-player game. But this is just a tip of a dick. Completionists can dive deep into the EVERSPACE universe and spend more than 90 hours to complete every side mission, finish every challenge, and discover every hidden secret. So if you really like the game, it will give you more challenges as well. People who play the game are agreeing on one thing. This game has no BS, it actually feels like video game where you have to control a spaceship and shoot things down. Also, it has RPG elements and great customization options. Divinity Original Sin 2. Here you can become some really interesting custom-made hero, or choose from 6 unique origin characters with their own backgrounds and agendas. For example, you can become a flesh-eating elf. You may think, what, is that the lame feature that regenerates health like ghouls have in every game? No, it's way cooler. Once I found a dead body, and there was an option to, eat its leg. I was like, why not? And I ate it. And suddenly I saw who killed the guy, because this feature of mine worked in this mysterious way, and I completely forgot that I have it. I just ate the leg because I can. So the game gives you freedom that is sometimes a bit absurd. That is awesome. Anyway, here you will explore the vast and layered world alone or in a party of up to 4 friends in a cooperative play. You can even play on split screen with your mother-in-law. Go anywhere, unleash your imagination, and explore almost endless ways to interact with the world. There's more to experience in PvP and Game Master modes. In the latter, you'll create your own stories or download fan-made campaigns from Steam Workshop. Game has an overwhelmingly positive review score. Deadlink. This is a cyberpunk first-person shooter with roguelite elements. You are an elite operative recruited for the experimental Deadlink project. So here you'll pilot an autonomous combat shell and fight your way through cramped slums, twisted labs, and grimy warehouses to topple the most powerful corporations. You'll find a deadly and diverse arsenal of weapons, upgrade your skills and tech, devastate destructible environments, and bankrupt the evil corporations by killing all their employees, I guess. Yeah, you can't make millions of dirty money if everyone who works for you is dead. The logic is unbeatable, unlike your enemies. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that you will play this game just because of the story, the plot and love-hate relations between simple folk and the evil rich. That small part of never-ending carnage is just a nice addition, not important. The Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes. Here, at the close of the Iraq War, special forces hunting for weapons of mass destruction unearth something far deadlier. A buried Sumerian temple containing a nest of creepy creatures. To survive the night below, they must forge a brotherhood with their enemies from the world above. And only your decisions will influence how the story will unfold. Basically, I can guarantee that nothing good will ever happen with you behind the wheel. Everyone will die horribly and you are the one to blame. But hey, that's the beauty of this game. You can replay it and make different, probably way worse decisions next time.
Cult of the Lamb.
This is a base-building roguelite adventure game where you play as a lamb. But instead of grazing grass all day and looking puffy and cute, you're gonna start your own cult. You will have to collect resources to build new structures, and of course you will have to perform dark rituals. But in this randomly generated world you are not the only one having a cult, so you naturally will have to destroy other cult leaders in order to gain more influence over your mindless slaves. The art is cool, the music is great, and you will find a variety of activities to do with a simple poop. What's not to love? People on Steam are saying that this game might become repetitive, but it has very positive reviews from over 40,000 players. Darksiders Genesis. This is a great game with great humor and very positive reviews on Steam. It is well balanced to play in co-op mode, but also fun in single player as well without any regrets. You, like me, probably have no friends anyway. Although I must warn you that here you'll do more shooting than bashing and slashing, but you will get a fair share of the latter as well. Gamers on Steam are praising the aesthetics, interesting story and fun gameplay, but are grumpy about controls and few almost unsolvable puzzles. Game has great graphics, a bit childish dialogues, terrible camera angles, and no potato salad man class, which is a shame. Anyway, for me it gets 8 cold beers out of 10.
And now, have a nice day, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.